Welcome to Cusco, the historic capital of the Inca Empire. So guys, welcome back to Around the World, and we are in a different area in Cusco, and we're gonna show you a little piece of their traditional way, the way they cook and the way they do the textiles as well. This is like a little part of the Incan chincheros tradition. So let's have a look.
Nosotros mantenemos esta tradición para las personas que ya están viniendo desde muy niños, 7, 8 años, ya vamos enseñándoles a tejer, ya les vamos enseñándonos a hilar y es también para que pues los niños no pierdan esta cultura tradicional y así ellos también pasen, cuando ya sean mayores, pasen al resto de sus hijos, ¿no? Es lo más importante. Y también es un apoyo para cada familia. Tenemos un pequeño espacio, cada mamá viene de diferentes sitios en rotación y así estamos manteniendo esta cultura. También una de las líderes visitando a Nueva York, en las Naciones Unidas, estuve un mes, hablando un poco de lo que es la biodiversidad, tiempos y cambios climáticos que se están suscitando no solo en el Perú, sino en el mundo entero. Después también estuve en Washington DC, en la Universidad Americana, estuve en Tokio, en Japón también un mes. Y nosotros vamos pasando. También tenemos un documental en la National Geographic.
Nosotros caminamos 3 a 4 horas al cerro de Antaquita para traer estas raíces.
Parece como un jabón.
Es un champú, la espuma natural, no tiene olor.
No tiene olor.
La ovejita nunca se ha bañado desde su nacimiento, va a ser su primer baño, ¿no? Está bien sucia y grasosa.
Lengua de la suegra.
La lengua de la suegra está en todos lados.
Madame, you don't buy the silver.
Tienen que tener sumo cuidado en sacar no pincharse, ¿no?
La cochinilla está viva, ¿no? No lo voy a sacrificarlo por ustedes. Sí. La primera tonalidad, ¿no? Le agregamos un poco de limón. Otra tonalidad, ¿no?
Sí.
Le agregamos un poco de la piedra lumbre. Otra tonalidad, ¿no? Nosotras las solteras en las fiestas de los carnavales usamos como cosmético, ¿no? Todo natural, nos pintamos la cara, los labios, todo natural. Aquí la cochinilla está viva, aquí está seca, lo molemos en el mordero, ¿no?
En el mortero.
Así. Eso, ¿no? Luego lo sacamos en polvo, ¿no? Un platito. La cochinilla. Le agrego un poco de la cochinilla.
Y ahí tiñen los hilados.
Sí. Aquí la mantequilla blanca, ¿no?
Mira cómo queda el hilado.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes, buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Nacho? No. Angela. Ay, te pinchiro.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Yo tengo 9 años.
9 años.
¿Ya?
Le agregamos la sal de maras de Morai. Fija otra tonalidad, ¿no? Ese es caspi, ¿no? Palo, traemos de Puerto Maldonado y saca diferentes tonalidades de rosado, ¿no? Sí. Ese es Kimsakuchi, las 3 esquinas, saca el color verde, ¿no? Ese es Kakazunka, una piedra tiene bastante barba y saca los morados, ¿no? Esa es la maíz morada, la chicha morada. También sacamos el pisco sour, también sacamos los morados. Ese es eucalipto, saca el color natural. Ese es chilca y saca 4 diferentes verdes, ¿no? Esa es la retama. Y saca el color amarillo, ¿no? Esa es la flor de colli, la flor nativa y saca diferentes amarillos. Ese es mote mote, tara, jancas. Los 3 lo fermentamos a la tierra por una semana como fijador y el orín del niño, ¿no? Tiene que ser menor de 30 años porque los adultos ya toman bebidas alcohólicas. Ese es baby alpaca, pueden a tocar.
Baby alpaca.
Baby, ¿por qué baby?
Es la primera transquilada, esa es alpaca adulta, la segunda transquilada.
This is
Ah,
older,
claro.
because this is the first time when they took the hair from the baby alpaca.
Esta figura que es también es el camino del Inca.
It's the way, the road of the Inca.
Wow.
Esta figura que es también es el cuti cuti, es el comienzo y el retorno del nada.
That one is the cuti cuti,
También
is the start of
es un
the
arado
Inca.
para trabajar en la chacra. Sí. Este rombitos que también son los ojos del puma.
The eyes
el
of the
puma.
panther.
Este rombo que también es loraipo, ¿no? Una planta medicinal que es bueno para los ojos.
Medicinal plant.
Para los ojos.
Good for the
Sí.
eyes.
Estos ojitos que están viendo son las lagunas más grandes de aquí de Chinchero, que representan mujer y varón.
There are lakes, big lakes in Chinchillas.
La mujer se llama Laguna de Piurey, el hombre Laguna de Huaypo.
Pure Lake. And el otro,
Laguna de Huaypo.
Waipo Lake.
Huevo.
Waipo Lake.
Esta es la Pampana, la Pachamama, la Madre Tierra.
La madre tierra.
La Pachamama.
Aquí mi compañero está haciendo sin el borde, ¿no? El borde es el último del acabado final, que es ñawi aopo, los ojos de la princesa, o la ñusta escogida. Tenemos herramientas de trabajo. ¿Pueden adivinar de quién sería este hueso? Pueden a tocar.
Elefante, ¿no?
No.
Acá no hay.
¿De un cuy?
Un cuy.
No.
No.
Es muy grande.
Es muy
grande.
Sí, es muy chico
Cuy.
el cuy para esto.
Cuy.
De,
Díselo, señor.
No rata, cuy.
pesa.
Who do you think is this bone?
De una picuña,
My
alguna,
favorite
¿no?
meal.
Who do you
¿Alguna
think is this
planta?
bone? We don't know.
No.
No quiero
Guess.
decir un puma.
I don't know. Cool.
Who?
Ya les voy a decir. Este hueso es de un turista. Como ustedes nos han visitado y no nos han comprado en la cooperativa.
He's from the tourist. If you,
Oh.
if you don't buy it,
Well
you're
done.
gone.
Le hemos
Perdón.
sacrificado como la cochinilla. Es una broma, amigos. Desde la alpaca de la llama y pertifemos para tupir la manta para que sea fuerte y resistente a la lluvia.
No pasa la lluvia por ahí.
Sí, no pasa.
The rain doesn't pass.
Es fuerte.
It's strong.
Así, ¿no? Y muchísimas gracias, amigos, por su visita al frente. Trabajamos 25 mamás, cada mamá tiene un pequeño stand, ¿no? Al frente tenemos Baby Alpaca, la platería 950. Aquí tenemos Mamá Alpaca, ¿no? Cada mamá tiene un pequeño stand. Si usted nos desea colaborar, que regrese, ¿no?
¿Tú eres mamá?
No,
Ah, ok, no todavía.
todavía.
Ya tiene esposo.
¿Ya tiene esposo? ¿Quién te dijo? ¿Cómo decís eso? Dice que tienes esposo.
So welcome back to a new location. We are in Morai, and Morai is another district of Cusco, and is well known about the laboratory system they did right there. As you can see behind me right here, you can see this beautiful parts of the Incas civilizations which are old centuries and centuries back, and the real purpose of it is unknown. It's still unknown, but a lot of people do truly believe that the ancient Incas create this area right here with the different levels for the purpose of agriculture laboratory. So what they were doing, they were testing different kinds of potatoes and different kinds of stuff on a different levels. How incredible is this? That is so fascinating, because many centuries ago the ancient Incas did not have any technology to develop something like that, which give the purpose of beginning of something new, as a new era, that when the people start testing things, actually analyzing the food and stuff like that. It's really fascinating that since that time ancient Incas, without any technology, decided and successfully made it to create something like this. And now, after so many years, we can gladly say that Peru have more than 2,000 different kind of potatoes. It's happening because of this experience of the Incas. So that was all about the ancient Morai, and I think it was beautiful and definitely worth it to see it, guys. So
And of course we see how the Incas made experiment to grow up maybe different potatoes, and maybe because of that we have more than 2,000 different kind of potatoes in Peru, or maybe now more.
So it's definitely worth it seeing it. If you guys have a chance, have a look, stop by, pass by. It's really beautiful to be here. Beautiful environment, and very nice and kind people as well, as you can see on the video before. It's unbelievable, the way they make it, pretty impressive. Definitely worth it seeing it. Right now we're gonna head up to our new destination.
We are going to Maras.
Right now we're going to Maras. We're gonna check it out right there and tell you something about Maras as well.
We are right now in Maras. This is a province from Cusco in the Sacred Valley. So before the Incas, they used to use this place to take out the salt. The salt is coming out from one mountain over there. There is like a spring water, natural spring water, and the water is salty. There is a chronic about this place. They said one of the Incas, he took this place, Maras, he was living there, but looks like the people didn't like that Inca, so rebelled against him. He asked to the god Sun to send rain, but salty rain, so this place can be unfertile place. So they cannot grow up potatoes, they cannot do anything, even to make the river salty. That's the chronic. So they say that's why they have this salty place. Let's go down and have a closer look.
What is really interesting about this place, thousands and thousands of years ago, all of this place was covered with water, was underwater basically. And with the tectonical movements, the water moved away. But along with the land that left here was the stone called caliza. Caliza is a rock that contains a lot of salt. And in this specific area right here was the majority of that rock. So the ancient Incas discovered that, and they realized that that salt can be useful, and they can use it for food. So there is a chronic about creation of this place that says that one of the ancient Incas, Yoke Yupanqui, did take over the town of Maras. But the local people did not really like him, and they did raise against him. So what happened is he asked the gods to send as punishment a salty rain, and because they raised against him. And what happened is that punishment, that water, really impact the spring water, and that's why that spring water is salty even today. So with the help of the spring water that is coming from above right there and filling up this land area, they succeed to develop and take the salt from the land here. They did created a small tiny 20 pools, that those pools, once they get filled up with water, once the water dry from the pool, only the salt remain. So the ancient Incas were developing this salt mainly their own purposes, but as well for the trades. Why? Because at that time, when there was no technology, no cars, and only horses and stuff like that, and there was no money, money have no value, the ancient Incas were using salt and different kind of products as a trade for different goods. So they created a small pools like that. Basically what they did was 20 pools. But believe it or not, even today pools are in use. Even today's Peruvian government is using these salty pools to develop salt that are exporting outside the country. When they started, the ancient Incas started with 20 pools, and after that, in the modern time, the Peruvian government developed with 200 pools, and after that, today, they had made over 3,000 pools. Incredible that they make all of these areas with a natural salt pools. So they work only 6 months of the year. During the rain season, these natural pools will get filled up with water, and that water that is coming is not salty. So that's why during the period of December and March they are not working. But after March onwards, once the rain season stops, the spring water coming up from up downstairs right here and is filling up the pools with water, and that spring water contains a lot of salt. So every 3 hours they will fill up the pools and they will let it dry, and once the pool dry, the salt remain. As you can see on the video already, what we show you, once the water dries from the pools, salt remains, which the Peruvian people are using to take it off the land and sell it as a product outside the country as well. It's really incredible facts that the ancient Incas succeed to develop this kind of product in a really early times with no tools and with no technology, which is another fact that the Incan civilization was one of the greatest ever. And then it was finally time for the sweetest and the best treat of the day. Chocolate with salt. Unbelievable. And I must tell you guys, it was definitely delicious and something you really have to try. Believe it or not, they have more than 60-70 kind of chocolate with salt. It's incredible how they make this, that they include salt with the chocolate. So we tried many of them. We didn't get enough. We even buy a few for home. So that was all about the salty pools, and now we are moving to our last and final destination for the day. It's Ollantaytambo, another province of Cusco, and let's hit the road.
as we drove to our new destination, we finally needed to say goodbye to one of our best friends of our trip. And that was our taxi driver, Maestro. And we couldn't thank him enough for all of the beautiful places he takes us to.
Alright, oh my god, we are just here in Ollantaytambo.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's a beautiful place. This is one of the biggest fortress from the Incas, ancients. Can you see, if you see over there, the terrace are huge terrace, administrative and a military place. So who it was on charge of this place before? It was Viracocha Inca. He sent to construct this place, the terrace. They used to live here. There's the houses all around, and there is some temples upstairs on the top. Let's check her out.
We are getting to my favorite part, climbing. So now we start bleeding. Uh-oh. I thought I suck. Look at her. Just look at her. Wow. It's a really beautiful place to be here. And it has some rich history to talk about. From the Inca civilization. Really, really, really pretty. There's some.
This was one of the last fortress from the Incas to fight against the Spanish people when they were taking them.
Really, really pretty, but really high stairs. We're gonna climb all of that, pretty much. I almost killed myself. It's alright. She's suffering more than what I do.
So here we are in Ollantaytambo. This is one of the biggest fortresses of the Incas. This place, it was military, religious and administrative place. So the Incas used to keep here the food. They make a big terrace. Those big terraces, they used to grow up potatoes and corns. So who was the owner of this place? It was Ollanta. Ollanta, it was a military guy. In that time we have Pachacutec. So Ollanta fell in love with Pachacutec's daughter. So that's the time when Pachacutec didn't accept him. So Ollanta left the place. But at the end, after Pachacutec died, Ollanta took this place as his place. So that's why the name became as Ollantaytambo.
So, the sun temple. So that was all about today's video, guys. We got to see some beautiful, amazing places and some great stories behind that about the Inca civilization. So I hope you like this video, and if you do so, show a little support and press the like thumbs button up and subscribe to our channel if you're first time on our channel, and we'll see you in the next adventure.